Hello? Okay, now I'm live everywhere. Hi, everybody. It's been a while since I've been here. I have this link at the bottom, or I'm posting right now if you guys can see it, because I'm doing it because I'm here. One, because I needed to come back to streaming. Uh, and I've people told me to come back to streaming. I've actually talked to my therapist about it because I didn't realize how much it helped me to talk about my mental illness and all that stuff out loud, uh, and consistently. I'm also without therapy right now, so I feel like this will be very good for me. And also, I have a show coming up in June, and I am fundraising to help pay my dancers because I'm just me and not a company, and I'm just paying them off the paychecks that I get. So which I mean, honestly, it's not enough. Like, I'm not Target. Like, I'm just me. So I'm trying to fundraise money. So if, you know, the show is about mental illness, having mental illness, oh, having gone through trauma and all that different stuff. And yeah, so if that intrigues you, if you want to check it out, you can go to the GoFundMe to see if you even want to support what I'm doing, which is totally fine. Because it's your money. And if not, and you're just here to listen to me talk about living with CPTSD, that's what we're talking about again. And the last stream I did was actually called High Functioning. And I'm talking about being high functioning again. And this one I think I called it I Hate Being High Functioning. My mic died, so now I have to use my HyperX mic. So I look like a gamer. Um, I feel like the glasses also feel like that's happening too, but I only Minecraft, so I don't know if you count that. I don't care if you do or not. That's what I like to play. Okay, so settling down and getting to it. That was my nervous energy all coming out. It's been a while, like I said, since I last streamed. And it's because I was getting more into therapy. My life was becoming more busy. I was doing different things, and those are all good things. I was also dealing with PMDD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder. Oh my god, I have it, so I feel like I should know it off the top of my head, but let's just like look it up before I'm lying to everybody. PMDD. Yes, premenstrual dysphoric disorder. And it really makes my depression and anxiety and all that go wild. So that's really difficult, and that's been difficult. I've been on a search, one again for like a new therapist, and it's been a month, and also to go back on medication because so from the outside, my life has not stopped. Actually, it has really progressed with what I've been doing. I've been doing more community work. I've been doing more artistic work. I've just literally been doing more. I've been working more. I've been more. Just everything has been more because some of life is opening up again. I'm very lucky. I live in Southern California, so like the weather is nice and it keeps, I mean, COVID at bay with quotation marks. Um, but it helps. It helps being outside, and a lot of stuff you do in San Diego is outside. So that's been really helpful. So my life has become more full, and I've been finding successes here and there, and it's been great. At the same time, with my PMDD, it came to this problem where I began feeling suicidal every time. Like every time it was before my period. And then it would go away. And then, and that's been happening for like probably over a year now. And then a couple months ago, it did not go away. And so that was really concerning. I told my therapist, like, I have this whole safety plan and everything. And it's been really difficult knowing that it's just been difficult, and it's been really hard finding a balance between building my life, feeling trying to feel emotion or not feeling emotion, and healing. It's really weird being high being high functioning it gives me a lot of guilt because I think I know, and I don't think this is necessarily good, but I think there would be a lot of people who are suffering from mental illness who are low functioning, and I've been there too. Like, it sucks when you can't make any moves around your life, and yes, healing is important, and to take that time to heal is important, but you can't, like, time is a moving, like, life is a going on, and it's really hard because, yeah, when you're that low, you need to prioritize yourself surviving and taking small steps or whatever you need to become yourself again. And that's really important. And so I know that. And because I'm high functioning, I feel like I'm going through a bunch of stuff, but I'm still able to do things. So at some, like, oh, it's really like my brain is fighting itself because in some ways I'm like quote unquote lucky, but I don't feel lucky. I feel like I can do things and I can make moves, but I'm still burning on the inside. Or my body has just like numbed itself and I'm doing all these great things and meeting all these great people. And at the time, literally at the time I'm there, I can be present. I can be present. Like I'm not a shell. Like I can be present and I love it and it's great. And then the moment I turn my back, it's like it never happened. And all attachment is like gone and all happiness is gone. So it's not like I filled up my battery or anything, or it's like I'm creating these positive events, but it's not helping me cope because they just like float away from me and it doesn't stay. And now my period is coming back and I feel emotions again, but it's in a bad way. And so I'm like, ah. Um, and so it's hard. It's very difficult. And if you're high functioning, man, like this is hard. Um, yeah, it's very difficult. And I was talking to my boyfriend yesterday and he is very supportive and I'm very thankful, but I was like, it's really hard because I feel like people don't get how bad I am, like unless people don't get how bad I am, which is fine and it's understandable. And that's it. It's understandable. It's really hard for me, especially I know I reach out for help because I just know this from the past. It's easiest for me to do when I'm numb because I'm numb. So I don't care. Like it's easier for me to be like, yes, I need help. Like I'm having suicidal ideation. This is not good. It's functionally not good, right? So it's easier for me and it's pretty straightforward. Like I'm not crying or stuff like that. But then I feel like people take it weird or like don't take it as seriously, and that's not necessarily true all the time. I've been able to like text like people I'm around with and they take it really seriously. But like it's like odd. I don't know, it feels odd. This could also be what I'm just feeling and it might not be true, and I think that too, but I do think in general it's something I feel like, and I've talked about this before, like I have PTSD. And so sometimes I'm trying to ask for help by saying, "Hey, this is triggering me." Um and then it takes like and then it turns into like conversations like, yeah, that is super triggering, blah blah blah, like that's annoying, blah blah. And I'm like, that was me asking for help. Okay. But it got brushed over, and then I just can't bring myself to be like, no, wait, help me. um so it's like that sometimes, and it's really hard. And then the high functioning part of me is really like, well, you're fine, right? Like you don't feel, you're like, you're fine. You can get through this. You are getting through this, so it's fine. So maybe let's not pay attention to it. Um, which I don't think is necessarily good either. It's like I'm turning off me being able to ask for help, and like it really is me neglecting maybe how I'm feeling, though I can't feel it. Or so let's put that another way. Me neglecting how what my actual situation is and just being like, well, it's fine because I'm not crying. Muh. Um, but yeah, I feel like it's a dangerous place to be. And I know I'm not the only high functioning person who's like experience this where it's just like, yeah, you're fine, except for you're having those suicidal thoughts and your brain is bringing you to weird places where it shouldn't be. And you don't know what to do with that because, especially like, I don't know, for me, like if I'm feeling numb, I'm just like, yeah, that does seem wrong. Like that seems functionally wrong. So it's really hard place to be and it's really annoying. And even now, like it it makes me upset and it makes me confused because I can't tell if I'm trying not to not cry or if I'm not really fully crying because like I really don't wanna like or what or I don't know anymore. Uh oh, I see a comment. Oh, so just so you guys know, I'm like recording. Like there's two cameras at me and I hope I'm like staring at the middle and I'm hoping it like comes across as me enough staring into the correct camera. So I'm on Instagram Live, but I'm also on YouTube and Facebook. I have a comment. Yes, high functioning PTSD for me looks like angry when I attempt to ask for help and people don't respond. When I feel like I have been direct or not been functioning until I can't get out of bed, extreme panic, I haven't addressed. Yeah. Oh, and that's the thing too. Like sometimes, like when you're asking for help, this is the thing that's annoying because everyone's like, mental illness is okay, and it's okay to not be okay, except for if you're showing you're not okay. I don't know what's happening here, and you need to shut it down. Uh, and I don't think that's because people are bad. I think that's because a lack of a societal want for emotional intelligence and understanding what things look like, and grace and really support for the people who are struggling. It all needs to come together for this to function correctly. But if you don't know, like sometimes someone asking for help, it will look angry because, and it's not really anger at you, it's anger because like they might just be freaking out and they don't know what's happening. And so them asking for help, it's like, yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Or it's like, that what is that phrase? It's like an old phrase, like a cry for help. And I feel like people use it like that, like a cry for help. Or like it's just a cry. She's just doing a cry for help. And they don't take it seriously. But I'm like, dude, like those things are real. Like that sentiment exists because sometimes people don't know how to say what they need. They don't know how to heal. They don't know how to hold trauma in not a volatile way because it's volatile to them. And some things are a freaking cry to help, including me very blandly saying like, hey, that's triggering me, or me just, oh man, I was talking to my friend the other day about it, how like one time I knew I was really depressed because I caught myself like overreacting and I was getting so mad about this dude joining our company and I was just like super pissed and I was yelling at him. I was yelling at my friend who I was talking to, not the person who was joining our company, which was pissing me off. Like I was just yelling at my friend and I was like, how can this happen? And I luckily was able to stop myself and be like, whoa, like this is a moment. Like I'm having a moment. Like I'm really depressed. Like this actually is kind of like my cry for help. So yeah, sometimes don't look like what we think they should look like. And in my experience, it really is hard to ask for help when you're like snot-nosed crying bottom of the barrel. Like that's at least in my experience, like when I want to be alone because I want to wipe that mucus off. Like I don't want people to see me snotty. I don't want people to see me like out of control and crying when like I feel like I have no control and I am really emotionally high. That's not when I want to ask for help. um yeah, but and people can, like, great, because like that's the thing. That's like hard. That's like the hard part with like crying in front of people and stuff like that. It's very uncomfortable. Obviously, I'm uncomfortable right now, but seeing people cry, that like activates them, hopefully, to come help you. Right? That's like the good part of showing your emotions and showing like when you're sad and stuff like that, so that it hopefully signals people, your support system or whoever, to come help you. Because emotions do have functions. which again, bringing back to the high functioning part, when you're high functioning and your mental illness is numbing out all your emotions, and then you're just like, I'm going day through day. Like, then it's that call for help has stopped. And it's hard, unless like you're trained like a professional, or like just have that experience with others to be like, oh yeah, Trixie is having a bad time. Like, oh no, oh maybe I should watch her, like, or maybe I should like ask or something. So yeah, so in that rant, again, I'm saying I hate being high functioning. This has been really difficult for me. Um, and I think this has been a short rant, but I think I want to end the rant here. What I want to do is talk more next time. I need to set like a streaming schedule. I feel like the next time I'm going to stream will be Thursday. And I'm going to talk about making art about mental illness next time. And like kind of that, and like again, like right now, like I'm in this weird high functioning but very like low not safe place. And that's a reality. And so I will talk about that next, because it's weird. It's like people with mental health struggles, with mental illness, like we are not a monolith. Our experiences aren't always the same. And we don't all look the same. And when I say that, I think people like to think of people with depression only on like the crying on the floor, can't get out of bed side. And yeah, that can and has been for me a real depiction of depression. But then there's also people just going about their jobs and trying to do their best, even though like the inside is like melting. Um, So I want to talk about that, and I think I want to talk about that next, because I do like the thought of representation, in that people with mental illness do look different, and you can have mental illness and you can be struggling and you can be slowly building your life. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to talk about next time. Thank you for being here. Again, if you would like to donate, if you would like to help me pay my dancers better than I can by myself, I have that GoFundMe link, or you can go to gofundme.com/f/unravel dance show. And yeah, okay. I think I'm good for today. I think that was a lot of energy coming out, and it was an interesting experience seeing me like being able to control it and then like run with it. I don't know. Yeah, now I'm just thinking out loud, which is the whole thing has been that. But thank you for being here. I super appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.